Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today I will be channeling the different energies. What I do is, in case you're wondering about how I use my gifts to channel energies, I am a tarot reader, I'm a psychic, and I combine my knowledge of astrology as well as do tarot readings to explain the current energies that are going on around us, and how we can use these energies for our own benefits. So let's get started. So I shall begin with Mars being in Cancer. Now Mars is a masculine energy and Cancer is a predominantly feminine energy. Mars defines, especially the Mars in a particular person's chart, defines how one asserts oneself, one's work ethics, and identity revolving around action taking and work. It also is related to aggression, whereas Cancer as a sign is relating to intuition. Cancerians are very, very intuitive. Not just that, since it's a water sign, there's a lot of emotion around this sign. Now, when Mars is in Cancer, you might think that these are clashing energies, but not really. Since work can also relate to emotions, and I'll explain how that happens. When Mars is in Cancer, we might be asked to get in touch with our nurturing self, and this time is great for people who work in industries that make use of your emotional labor or focus a lot on soft skills rather than hard analytical skills. So that is something that you can consider and think about. Or you can be asked to get in touch with your inner emotional self when you are taking decisions. Instead of being more impulsive, you can try being a little bit more intuitive when it comes to selecting a project or interacting with your teammates or people who work for or under you. Now, another interesting aspect that I'm going to throw here for you to consider is that work does not always mean that you have to go outside the house and work. Housewives work too, and they work equally, if not harder, than people who go out and earn a living. And they're sometimes not even compensated enough for the hard, relentlessly hard work that they do throughout their lives. Now, when Mars is in Cancer, we might start to rearrange things inside our house, because as it is, the lockdown is happening in a lot of cities, a lot of countries right now. Where I am currently in Delhi, we have a lockdown going on. It could be a time for you to redecorate your space, look at the decor and maybe switch it up. Because Cancerians, by the way, take a lot of pride in the way they arrange and set up their homes. They have a lot of pride in their homes. My mother is a Cancerian and I would know that. The house is spick and span, and this is what I've seen since my childhood. So I hope I have been able to explain how Mars in Cancer energies are operating and how, again, you can make these energies work for you. Now, this is the tarot reading that I did for this particular energy, and you can see I love it. I love it when I pull cards and they correlate with the energies that, as a psychic, I am channeling. And you can see at one, on that balance scale, you can see one is the fiery energy and the other is water energy. So Mars versus Cancer. Not versus, but like Mars in Cancer. So there's a balance that can happen if you allow that balance to happen in your life. So yeah, this is basically how view Mars energy that's going on in Cancer right now. Alright, so now I will be talking about Pluto retrograde. Now, when a planet is in retrograde, from Earth, from our point of view, it seems as if the planet is going backwards, in the backwards direction in its own orbit. But in reality, no such thing is happening. It's it's an illusion, to be honest. And when that happens, certain energies become a bit slow, and we are forced to confront certain issues regarding our past. Now, Pluto is the planet that relates to power, power over ourselves, and power dynamics, be it in our work or in our personal lives, relationships, etc. Pluto is also relevant when it comes to secrets, rebirth, regeneration. Pluto rules over Scorpio. Now, in the Pluto retrograde, which will be happening till the first week of October this year, almost 6 months, we would be asked to reflect about the various power dynamics that are operating in our life. Do you feel powerless? Or do you try to snatch away power from other people? What does power mean to you basically? Would you like to shift the power dynamics at your work, in your relationships? Basically, what is going on with respect to the word power in your life? A lot of power dynamics or group dynamics might be playing out in your life since your childhood or your teenage. And maybe a lot of secrets might be, you could say a lot of skeletons might be tumbling out of the closet right now. So we would be asked to think about all of this right now. Now I'll be talking about the Venus Uranus Conjunct that's happening in Taurus right now. Now some days back I recorded a video about the current energy channeling back then, and I did mention that the Sun is currently in Taurus. So you have Venus, Uranus, Sun in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of stability, of wealth generation. It's also a very, very conservative sign. It does not like change. It's a fixed sign. Now, Venus is also associated with Taurus because Venus is a planet of aesthetics, of pleasure, of love, of relationships, and Venus does rule over Taurus. So you can see it's a sync happening over there. Taurus is a very sensual, is a very, very, aesthetic sign. Taurus and Libra, these are two signs that are, interested in the aesthetics of things. And Venus right now, being in Taurus, is an excellent energy when it comes to wealth generation. If you're starting a business right now, that's absolutely great. The only thing with this energy is that you have to be very focused because Taurus is one of the most hardworking signs. And since it's an earth sign people are really hardworking and they keep on doing the same thing again and again and again. And they don't give up. So you have to be very focused right now. Scattered energy is not how, in any case you won't manifest a lot if you're scattered. But let me say something right now. I'll throw a googly here because Uranus is also in Taurus. Uranus is the rebel energy. Uranus rules over Aquarius. It's the rebellious energy. It's a very, very volatile, extremely volatile, dynamic, and very, very unique. You'll find a lot of Aquarius people being very, very unique people. So it makes me a little it makes me smile a little bit or laugh a little bit, because Uranus does not really sit well with Taurus, because Taurus is about staying where it is, comfort. It's about comfort, pleasure, stability. Uranus will ask us to reconsider our thought processes, to look at the world in a much, much broader sense. So when Venus and Uranus is conjuncting in Taurus, you will find yourself gravitating towards relationships or ideas that you considered unconventional, or maybe a little bit taboo. Not completely taboo, because Taurus is very, very conventional, very, very conservative too. But certain things, maybe relationships with age gaps, relationships with different nationalities, with people of different nationalities or different castes, especially if you're in India. And that's because Uranus is a very, very humanitarian sign. I'm sorry, planet. It's a planet that makes us reconsider, rethink, and expand our thought process about humanity and world at large. It frees us from any restrictive ideas that we have. So when the Sun, Venus and Uranus is conjuncting in Taurus, you will find yourself looking at different wealth building, financial abundance manifesting projects that maybe you never considered before. Maybe you'll start dating someone who you didn't really even look at before, or you might start having feelings for someone that just has taken you by surprise. So right now you have to be a little bit open, even though you might feel that, the Taurus and Uranus energy it's like opposites, but it's not really so. And you can find a balance, you can strike a balance with these things. So one part of you might be, fixed and not really wanting to take chances, but the other one is trying to show you, look, here are the things that you can try, here are the new experiences that you can go through, which might help your soul evolution, your soul purpose, your soul journey. And these are the cards that I pulled for the Venus Uranus conjunct. And you can see it's a time for you to explore different businesses, different, maybe let's say an online business or maybe you might start writing, you might come up with a creative project that you never even thought about, and it might surprise you, take you by maybe a little bit of a shock, because there might have been something in front of you but you never really considered, or you never even saw that opportunity. So I hope this reading, this channeling, the psychic channeling that I did, will help you in manifesting and gaining abundance and gaining an insight about the different energies that we have around us. And from tomorrow onwards, I will start doing personal readings. These are, of course, general readings. This is for the world at large, the different planetary changes that are going on around us. If you want a more personalized reading, do message me or DM me, and please give me a waiting time of about 2-3 days. I will respond back within that time, because I actually have another work that I do. So thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and please stay safe. Please stay safe, you guys.